Hey kiddos, it's Mrs. Rowley with a quick tutorial over Workplace 3D Base 10 Triple Spin. Each player will need a pencil, a record sheet, spinner, and a set of large Base 10 area pieces and 10 extra Base 10 100 pieces. Before they start, players decide who will be red and who will be blue. Remember, with these virtual games, all of these components are embedded right in the game, so you don't need to go find any of these pieces. They will be on a different page. One player spins the greater than less than spinner to determine if they will play for more or less. The other player circles more or less on the record sheet to show the results of the spin. Player 1 spins the number spinner and decides whether to take that digit in base 10 area 1s, 10s, or 100s. Player 2 takes a turn spinning, deciding, and taking that many base 10 area pieces. Player 1 spins again and takes the digit in another denomination. If this player took the first spin in 1s, they have to take the second spin in either 10s or 100s. Players can't take 2 of their spins in 100s and none in 1s. Player 2 takes a second turn. Both players take turns to make a third spin and take the result in whatever denomination remains to them. At the end of their third spin, each player should have some 100s, some 10s, and some 1s. Players then each sketch their base 10 area pieces in the 10s, 100s, and 1s box and write an addition equation on the shared record sheet. Players write their numbers on the record sheet, use greater than or less than sign to compare their scores and show who won. The winner is determined by the original spin. If the players spun less at the beginning of the round, the player with the lower score wins, and if the players spun more at the beginning of the round, the player with the higher spin wins. All right, those are some crazy directions. So let's try to see what this looks like. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I am playing with a friend, a sibling, or a parent. I'm going to spin the spinner, and then I'm going to take my pen, and if it's less than, I'm going to circle less than. Okay, so first player goes, spin the spinner, spin it again because it landed on a line twice in a row now, good times, 7. So the question is, if I'm looking to be the player with the less amount of blocks, the least amount of blocks, I'm going to start, 7's a pretty high number. It's actually the highest in here. So I'm definitely going to pull 7 little blocks over into my mat here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect. There will come a time where I'm going to draw these in here. All right, now it's player 2's turn. So they're going to spin this, and they're going to make a decision on what it is they want to pull. You can only use the denomination one time. All right, so this is a 2. This is a pretty low number. Probably will, holy smokes, that's huge. We'll probably pull 2 of these guys over. Ah, man, that's really large. Okay, it is player 1's turn again. Spin that spinner. There's a 3, so that's a pretty low number, but I'm thinking, oh, these guys already have 2. If I take 3, I'll be the person with the higher amount. Okay, but we just don't know how it's going to work out yet. So I will take 3 of these. Good night. They're huge. I got to stack them on top of each other because they're just so large. Okay, 3. Now it's player 2's turn. They're going to spin the spinner. They get a 4. I want to remind you that you can only use the denomination one time. So I've already used 100s. For this 4, I have to pull 10s or 1s. So 4 is also a pretty low number, so I'm going to pull some 10s. Oh, they just didn't mess around with the size of these things, huh? All right, no big deal, no big deal. Kind of getting lost in my 100s. I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. I can see that they're 10s from down here. All right, player 1's turn and my final turn. Hopefully it's a nice low number, 6. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No good place for it. And 6. I guess you don't have to put it just in this mat. You can put it all around the place. Okay, and now it's player 2's last spin. They have 4, so they're going to pull these guys over. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see that both of us, like I'm playing with myself and talking about me as somebody else. So that's going to be comical on some level, kiddos. All right, so both players, me and me, our mats have some hundreds, some tens, and some ones, some hundreds, some tens, and some ones, okay? So then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to show these pieces here, all right? And I'm going to do this very efficiently, okay? This is going to be, just making sure there are no shapes, just a little square. This is the red player, so I guess this guy up here, 300s. I'm just going to make 3 little blocks. I need to know what they are. Okay, those are hundreds, tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ones are going to be dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there I've modeled this, and I know that these hundreds have a value of 300, and these tens have a value of 40, and these ones have a value of 7. I'm going to add those all together. That gives me 347. Player 2, they're going to do the exact same thing. They had 2 of these little squares, and they had 1, 2, 3, 4 of the tens, and they had 1, 2, 3, 4 of the ones. So this has a value of 200 because it's 200s. These tens have a value of 40, and these ones have a value of 4, and then I'm going to add them all together. This will give me 244. Awesome. Okay, so now we have to compare these two scores. We have to compare this score with this score using our inequalities. So red player's score was 347. You got this. And blue player's score was 244. And my inequality, that's going to go in between them. It's not an equal sign. That's an equality sign. My inequality, 347 is greater than 244. The person that has the least amount wins. So that's blue score. Circle them up and you're done. And that's how you play this game. I think maybe you don't have to drag all these pieces over all, if you put them here, I think you can put them here instead of pulling these pieces out. Maybe it's a good visual piece or fine motor skill practice. Either way, what I'm really looking for is this table right here to be filled out and filled out correctly. So find a parent, a friend, or a sibling to play with, or you can be like me and just play 2 rounds by yourself. Either way, 10 triple spin is a fun game for you to practice with place value. Good luck. Have fun.